Hi, I'm Martin Menconi. In March, I was arrested in a Senate hearing with Secretary of State John Kerry, Secretary of Defense Ash Carter, and Joint Chief of Staff Martin Dempsey, who were presenting on why we're at war against ISIS. We've been at war with ISIS for 16 months, and Congress has not followed the Constitution of the United States and authorized a use for military force. It's a technical term or a legal term. It's called an AUMF. This has been going on for 16 months. The president has about 90 days the president is given a grace period of 90 days before Congress is expected to answer the president. If he's not answered, then it's just some kind of king or dictator who's taking us into war. Last week, Germany and Britain had a debate on whether or not their countries should go into war against ISIS into Syria. And with a matter of 2 days, they had the debate and both countries agreed to. Now, whether or not you're for or against whether we should be at war with ISIS, I would submit that you should be in favor of holding your elected officials' feet to the fire. I have been doing this for almost 16 months, and what got me started was in 2001, while I was a county commissioner, I took a non-aggressive stance towards going into Afghanistan, and there was an attempted recall on me. I didn't get recalled, but I kept my mouth shut because I was afraid. And here we are 15 years later using an authorization for military force that was given to George Bush, and we've spent over $1.5 trillion, and we've seen over 1.5 million lives lost. Our elected officials were elected to represent us and to uphold the United States Constitution. In Article 1, they're required to authorize war. Now, let's not get into a debate as to whether or not we haven't had true war powers since World War II. That's a good debate to have for another time. But I'm asking you right now to go to your Twitter pages and go ahead and shame or notify or do whatever you think you need to do, but go in and put a hashtag vote for AUMF on your Twitter page so that you could link it to John McCain, you could link it to any one of the members who sit on these committees that are supposed to bring this to a debate. They're obfuscating this issue right now and saying that the president doesn't have a strategy, that the president doesn't know what to do. Secretary of Defense Ash Carter said today that he has everything that he needs in order to defeat and degrade ISIS. None of the Republican candidates have any different strategy except perhaps maybe a few extra thousand boots on the ground. So somebody who has leadership needs to go to the House or Senate and put forward a vote. It should be John McCain, who is the chair of the Armed Services Committee, or Senator Corker, who's the chair of Foreign Relations. But it starts with people rising up. A lot of the people who follow me on Facebook are always talking about revolution and activism and stop this and stop that. Well, I'm asking you to start something. Very simple. Start a conversation about getting your representatives to debate an authorization for military force. Let's find out why they won't vote for this. I'll tell you what my opinion is why they won't vote for this is because then they would have to say that they voted for or against war, and these politicians do not have courage. They're spineless. They won't vote for something because they're worried about their political future rather than whether or not they're going to preserve the Constitution. I'm telling you, these guys are weak. They've been talking about it for 16 months, and they're not going to do it unless we start making some noise. So start making some noise right now. Thank you.